Okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem of Radiance. My name's Billy1510. Last time we beat the prologue. And now Chapter 1, the battle begins. So here we are at the Grail Mercenary Fort. That's what this place is called. Good morning, Ike. Today's your first day as a professional soldier, isn't it? Technically not soldier, more as mercenary. But I digress. Okay. I am recording my audio. It doesn't sound like whatever. Yeah, and I'm ready to go. What you are is late. The others were suited up and ready at the break of dawn. Sorry, I'll get up earlier from now on. So, what's my first job? I'm talking with Titania right now. Wait outside until we're done. Yes, sir. Very well, Commander Grail. Shall we continue? You were telling me about some bandits that needed taking care of, weren't you? Correct. The request comes from a nearby village. According to our reports, the bandits are not all that strong. I think it best if I ride out and take a look. I plan on taking Oscar and Boyd along with me. Just the brothers? Go ahead and add Ike to your party. Team. Same difference. Shinon, Gatri, and I can handle the other two jobs easily enough. Titania, I'm leaving Ike in your care. I'm trusting you to show him the ropes. Understood, Commander. Come on, Ike, let's get you set up. Alright, first job. Captain Titania, preparations are complete, and I'm ready to go. Why do I have the same voice for every character? Because we don't have enough talent to give individual voices with us. Impeccable timing. It's nice to know we can all always count on you to be at the ready, Oscar. Especially with regular that can't do those at all. Don't forget about me. I'm ready for action. Is that so, boy? That's a surprise. Ha! Not today, it isn't. As of today, I'm going to be the absolute model of perfection. I need to set a good example for Ike. And before I get him killed again. I'll take your word for it. Your first campaign at last. I know you've wanted this for a while. Are you nervous, Ike? I think I was more nervous yesterday. I could hardly sleep. This morning I'm feeling pretty good. The calm before the storm. Try to relax. You're not going to be out there alone. Yeah, you're right. Right, everyone ready? Let's go. Now we're at the village of... will eventually show up. Caldea. Alright, let me explain what's going on. This is a map of Caldea. They've hired us to drive off the bandits. We're the blue marks here. Red dots are the bandits. There aren't many of them. We can't get careless. The one in front of the building up north is their leader. Our mission? Take him out, recapture that building. So it's a seize mission, basically. Ike, listen up. All this stuff is old news to me, but I can give a rookie like you a few tips. First off, don't let yourself get worked up and jump out in front of everyone. You'll just end up getting hurt, or in my case, killed. Don't try to do too much, Ike. If things get dangerous, you can and should rely on us. As long as you watch how the enemy moves carefully, you'll be fine. Think this is a training mission. I'll do that. Oscar boy, thanks for your help. Don't mention it. Just sit back and watch how a professional handles things. Enough chit-chat, you three. We've got work to do. Ike, before you engage an enemy, take a good look at his weapon. Or her. We gotta discriminate here. The weapon you use often determines who has the upper hand in the fight. For example, the axe I'm wielding serves me well against lances, but it fares less well against swords. My lance is great against swords, but weak against axes. And to complete the triangle... Ah, my sword. It's strong against axes, but weak against lances, right? Yep, exactly. If you can remember that, you'll be more effective in combat. That's just the basics, though. This will come in handy soon enough, so don't forget it. Swords over axes. I won't forget. Now to remember that I'll always have the advantage over you, boy. Do you think you can maybe find a different way of remembering? Yeah, thanks. So that's the weapon triangle. That's a very basic thing in Fire Emblem. Swords over axes, axes over lances, lances over swords. I'll explain the advantages of using the weapon triangle when we get into an actual fight. We're to help him. Anyway, Titania's gonna explain about visiting villages. Or buildings, I guess they are. Basically, I guess I'll let Titania do this. I have to put up more groups and stuff, don't I? Oh well. I don't mind. Away. Oh! You're with the mercenaries, right? Thank you for coming. We've heard a lot about you. Here, take this weapon. We're farmers, not fighters. Maybe you'll get some use from it. And from this house, you get a steel sword. One thing I hate... now Ike's carrying real weapons. Why does he have 4 swords? And don't bring up a Legend of Zelda reference. I will smite you for it. He doesn't need all of these swords. So what I'm gonna do... Rescue, I'll get sure to show it off later. Drop. Drop. And drop. Trade. Like steel sword. And get start focusing on attacking. Let's start with Boyd, who now joins our party. I don't have anyone's gropes again. Damn. Oh well, I can explain them easily enough. Boyd is a fighter. He is the only fighter you get in the game, which obviously makes him the best fighter you can get in the game. Fighters are axe wielders who have great strength but poor defense. Although my defense isn't that bad. I mean, it's just one below Ike's. So he's pretty decent. Well, great. I gotta show all these guys off. Nevertheless, boy, if you can keep him alive, which I often have problems doing, it's not that hard because he's got a lot of HP and his defense isn't that bad. And he'll usually always cap HP, so you don't need to worry about that. And if his HP isn't getting capped by the time he's about to promote, he's getting RNG screwed. Which is a classic term, meaning the random number generator is performing below what this unit usually is capable of doing. Now I'm gonna talk about Oscar. Sorry that this first like 10 minutes is just cutscenes and now I'm just explaining stuff, but it's stuff I need to do. Oscar is a lance knight. In previous games he would have been called a cavalier, which is basically a horseback unit that uses both lances and swords. Not in this game. Cavaliers and paladins are slightly different in this game, which I kinda like. That's some variety. Oscar himself, like his brother Boyd, is not too shabby. He's a lance knight. And his growths are pretty good. And he's probably not as likely to die as Boyd is, maybe only due to his higher defense. I do like Oscar a lot. I'll probably use him throughout the game. He starts at level 3, which is pretty decent enough. And lastly is Titania. Don't let the level 1 fool you. She is a paladin, a class-changed unit. So if you let her attack units now, she'll only just eat up experience. So don't do that. Simple enough, right? Titania is what most Fire Emblem players would call a Jagan type unit, which is basically the pre-promoted paladin that you get at the start of every game. But as a Jagan type character, Titania is actually not that bad. Her stats are pretty nice starting out, and her growths aren't too bad either. So she can actually be used again if other paladins you get later on in the game aren't turning out that well. She's not a bad choice. So now that I've gone over those, I'll put all their growths up in editing, obviously. Let's get started with some attacking. Good start. I didn't see any of that. I also dropped 2 frames during that encounter. That might be a reoccurring occurrence. So what I typically do is I take all of Titania's weapons off of her. So that she can't attack anyone and steal any of the experience. What's going on out there? Is that some sort of army? Puh. Bunch of mercenaries looking for their next meal. Villagers must have hired them. Listen up, lads. Hurt them and hurt them bad. We let this bunch live, and we'll avoid the hired swords hounding us the rest of our lives. Why does this guy sound like Joe Pesci? Just why? Oh well. Those fool villagers. They think they can buy a bunch of cell swords to chase us away? It ain't gonna work out how they want it. All they get for their trouble is a bunch of ruined houses. Tear down, boys. That'll teach them. There is nothing you can do to save this village. It will always get destroyed. But that's what happens when you let a brigand class unit, that's what that was, near a village. You will destroy it. Okay. Yes, attack the sword unit. The AI is so great. So why do I always get my ass kicked, guys? Okay. Oscar killed him, that was because he doubled him. If a unit's speed is 4 or greater than your opponent's speed, then you get it to double attack them and deal more damage. Okay. I need to move Oscar here. And get him up here. Okay, so he can't get in here, but There's a really nice toy that I want to get. It's inside that building. I kind of really need it. Alright, Boyd, you can finish this guy, right? Yeah! Fighter be fighter. So far this isn't turning out too bad. I say that it's only turn 2, so I'll probably get my ass handed to me. But, yeah. It's worth noting that the first time I played through this game, or the first time I did this chapter, I had Boyd get killed. Yeah, I wasn't that great then, and I'm not that great now either, but I digress. Anyway. At Myrmidon unit, that's what the basic sortie is, not Ike. Myrmidons are generally pretty fast units, so I would like to highlight Boyd. Boyd fears no brigands. Get in here. I can W and you'll not. So that down arrow means that you have a weapon triangle disadvantage. Your hit rate will go down and you deal 1 less point of damage than you normally do. That up arrow means you have a weapon triangle advantage and your hit rate goes up. And I hit the mic. And you will deal 1 more point of damage than you normally would. You'll only deal 1 point of damage and you'll only deal 6, so Oscar's gonna be fine, so I'm not gonna bother attacking. Just thought I should shut it off. I'll visit this house. Since those bandits took over, we can't even sleep at night. Please help us save our village. Here, my mother left me this. I hope it serves you well. This is a seraph robe, or seraph robe, or however the hell you want to call it. It is a stat boosting item. It will boost your max HP by 6. There are a lot of items that do that. Just holding on to them does nothing. You have to use the item. But they're a one-use item only. So, careful who you give that item to. Anyway. There's nothing in this building on the lower left here. The work here's done. This house is totaled. Time to move on to bigger fish. Now I smash me some mercenaries. He's moving up in the world, don't you know? Okay. A lot of girls to put up. But I don't really mind. I like playing crazy. Oh! Thank you, Boyd! That crit was very welcome. I love the critical hit animation. It just slices right through the guy. Oh no, Boyd, don't! Oh, you made it. Okay, so he didn't get doubled, but I'm pulling him out now. Good 60. This item that's highlighted in pink, that means when you kill this enemy, he will drop this item. So, that's why I threw away all those swords. What about Zawana? Yeah, he drops an iron axe, so... Bet you if I use this, yeah. So... I should talk about items a bit, or weapons a bit more. So... Basically how these all... So, the sword here, tells you what type of weapon it is, although I would assume that's kind of obvious. Because it says sword in the name. It tells you what type the weapon is, what level it is, which basically you have to have this rank in weapons. The more you use weapons, the better your rank is, so you can use better weapons with the same type. MT stands for how much damage it does on its own, plus your strength stat. So the iron sword would deal 10 damage that way. Hit is its hit rate by itself. I believe skill adds to that. Crit also is added through, I believe, a bit of skill and a bit of luck. Weight shows how heavy it is, and range basically says that you have to be next to an enemy to attack. Basically, how weight worked in previous games, you'd have this stat here, which was called Con, which stood for Constitution. It's just weight now. All weight does is affects rescues and non-mounted units' abilities to shove. Now weight is if your strength stat is less than the weight of a weapon, take the weight of the weapon, subtract strength stat, and take the difference, and that is, and every point. What am I trying to say? For the difference, you subtract the stat. You subtract those points from your speed stat. God damn it, Philly, learn to speak. So that's why I could double him with that. I would like to see what I'm doing. Iron Lance. I don't even know what to do at this point. I know one thing. I need to get you away from here. I need to do this. I know I needed to do that, so let's kill you. That only took forever in the day. God damn. Look, strength and resistance. Yay, resistance. It started out with none. Resistance. I'll get into what resistance means in a bit. It doesn't really mean a lot now. It's basically damage taking magic attacks, but we'll get into magic users in a few chapters. Got an iron sword. Give that to Titania to hold on to, I guess. Because Titania can't use swords. Got this, so. There's multiple pages to this. I'm not really sure what Biorim does. Light effect attributes are basically help of supports, which I'll get to in a bit. Here's weapon level. As you can see, Titania can use lances and axes as a paladin. A little bit. But those are just the weapons you the game designers decided to give her. Oh no, you did 2 damage. You monster. Alright, let's get this guy. Well, you can't on your own, so I weaken you a bit. Bring it down to 8, so my math is right. It's not always. Okay. Right. Here comes beatdown. Beatdown everyone was expecting. Boyd is awesome like that. I haven't gotten killed yet, so this is an accomplishment. Level up. What we got, Boyd? HP, strength, skill, speed. Not bad. I'd like some defense, but I'll take what I can get. For now at least. It's only the first chapter, so. So for weapon. Hold these. Okay. So let's get started on beating on the boss, shall we? Yeah, you should be fine. Hey, you're nothing but a boy. Whoever's brat needs a beating now and again. Man, you ready for? Not today. If you want to run away, now's your chance. Yeah, you're kind of standing in his way, so how's he gonna do that? Imagine that! You sassing me! Don't that beat all? The way this is going, like this objective square here that Zawana's on will heal him as long as he stands on it. He's always going to stand on it. The boss doesn't move for this chapter. Bosses in Fire Emblem games rarely move. Anyway, I can get out of the way. This is Boyd's kill. Because he is the professional after all. Here's his generic boss quote. You looking for something, fool? You looking for a fight? You came to the right place. I'll give you a tussle. If my voice changes because I don't know. I'm meant for better than this. I don't want to die here. What? Oh, I didn't even level up. That's sad. Anyway, Ike is the only unit that can seize, by the way. That's basically how Fire Emblem games go. Your lord is the only unit that can seize. Anyway, we cleared the map and nobody died! Hooray! That's the end of it. Ike, you're alright. Yeah, I'll be fine. You know, you surprised me. To think that you've come so far. Look at my father, though. I've still got such a long way to go. There's nothing you can do about that. After all, Commander Grail is... Huh? What about my father? Oh, nothing. Nothing? Now I'm really curious. Don't worry, you'll learn all about it someday. Hey Ike, that wasn't bad for your first battle. Not as flashy as my first time, though. Yeah, you were a real standout. I'll never forget the sight of you so keyed up you broke your own axe. Oscar, dang it! You didn't have to bring that up. Anyway, Ike, congratulations on finishing your first mission. Welcome to the group. Everyone's alright. Let's get going. I'm sure Mist has a nice hot meal waiting for us. And so that's over. About 31 minutes that took. I'm pretty sure I could have done that faster, but oh well, I don't really care. So that will do it for this episode of Let's Play Fire on the Path of Radiance. Next time we get started on Chapter 2. See you then.